Hello friends! So I am currently knitting this Colorwork sweater for my niece for Christmas, and I thought before I finished the Colorwork section I would make a little video and show you how I knit my Colorwork. I have struggled a lot at the beginning to get a nice tension and avoid puckering, and tried out multiple different things, and I finally found one that actually works for me. So this version, I am knitting it here in 2 colors, but I actually already knit my Into the Wild sweater, which is this one, which actually uses 4 different colors even in 1 row. So it also works with multiple colors. But I will just show it to you at this version with 2 colors, and then you can adapt it to whatever project you are working on. So first of all, I am working with Istex Plötulopi. This is a dark purple and a beige. And I think the yarn choice actually matters with this. So I also tried this technique with West Yorkshire Spinners, the Croft. It did not really work. And I think this unspun yarn is probably, in my case, very good because it gives, or it can stretch a bit. It won't break, but it can stretch a bit to adjust to the tension. So pretty much the solution for me was just to catch the floats for every float that would be longer than 2 stitches. So the float is, you can see it here at the back, when you are just working with 1 color, the second color is carried across what you are stitching until you use it again. And some people have beautiful long floats. As I said, that does not work for me. I need to catch my floats. Yeah, I can't have a float that's longer than 2 stitches. I don't know if I am just a very tight knitter or what the problem is, but whatever it is, here is my solution, and maybe this will help you to also finally get a Colorwork section that you're actually happy with. So this is a drop shoulder construction. So I started at the bottom, knit to the top, and this is, I divided for the shoulders. So you have a front and a back panel. This is the back panel, and I am currently working on the front panel. Because of this construction, you actually have a purl and a knit side. So I will show you both. In the most top-down round yoke sweaters, you will only have a knit, which probably is a lot more fun than actually purling this, but I am just a big fan of a drop shoulder construction, so that is why I'm making myself go through this project and doing it this way. So I have chosen this very traditional star pattern here. You can see I already have half the star finished, and I will continue with the first row of the second half for this. I will also blend in a little Colorwork chart so you can follow along what we're doing. Because this is a knit and a purl side, and the pearls are usually knit looser, I am knitting the pearls with a smaller needle and the knits with a larger needle. So this is 4 millimeters and this is 5 millimeters. You need to see if you have to adjust and with what needles work best for you. So I can zoom in here and we can start looking at this. So I always have the popping color, I will call it the popping color, the color that should pop on my left, and the background color on my right. So I'm a continental knitter, but when I'm knitting Colorwork, I use a mix of continental and English. And you will see how I do that in 1 second. So as I said, I have my foreground color in the left. That's where I will hold it like I hold it when I am knitting continental. And I have my background color on the right, and that's the hand that I will be knitting, or the color I will be knitting English with. In the chart, you can see that the first stitch, this little gray part, is just a beginning and end stitch that I had to put in at the beginning of the Colorwork and at the end of the Colorwork to just fit my repeats in. So that is just a white or a beige, and I can just knit this normally. And then we will come to the purple. I can also knit this just a normal knit, because now I don't have a float that's longer than 2 sections. The purple is floating behind 1 stitch here, and since the next one is a white again or a beige, the white only has a stitch floating section of 1 stitch. I hope that makes sense. So now the next ones would be 2 white. That is also okay to have a purple float that is 2 stitches long. So I can just knit this like I normally would. And now we have a section with 3 purple stitches. So I would have to catch the float of the beige on the 2nd stitch. I will just knit the purple normally, then take the beige yarn and bring it behind the purple over my left needle. So now I will be knitting the yarn that I put over the needle together with the stitch, just as you would in a stitch 2 together. Leave the purple, leave the beige. It's now lying on top of the purple yarn. Leave it there. Knit the next one purple, and then I can move my beige yarn back to the side, to the right side. So you have to have a bit of attention on the yarn that you are catching, otherwise you will see it in the front. It will shine through, so you have to give it a bit of a pull so that it will disappear into the background and you won't see it from the front. So now we had 3 purple, now we have 3 beige. The first one, again, you can just knit normally. On the 2nd stitch, we want to catch the purple yarn. Maybe I can flip this over you so you can see better. So I put the purple yarn in front, and again, go in and just knit it like I would when I knit 2 together. So I don't have to be wrapping yarns around each other, and just do it this way. The 3rd stitch is also just knit normally, and then you can see that the purple yarn is caught nicely behind the 2nd stitch. So now we will continue with 3 purples again. The first one, knit normally. The second one, on the second one, we want to catch the beige again, so we get it behind the purple and over the needle. Knit with purple just as we would if we knit 2 together. And knit another purple and take the beige back to our right side. Now we have 2 whites, so that means we don't have to be catching the purple, because catching a yarn on the stitch right before you need to knit with that color won't give you a nice appearance, so it will just kind of push itself to the front and not be there where you want it to be. The next one is just another purple, and then we have 2 whites, so still no float catching here. I'm not an English knitter, so may not look that nice. And now 3 purple again. Move the beige behind the purple to catch it over the left needle. Knit as if knit 2 together. Knit the purple. Bring it back to the right. Three whites. We need to catch the purple on the second one, bring it over the left needle, knit with the beige as if to knit 2 together, knit the 3rd stitch normally. 3 purple, the first one normal. Catch the beige float. another purple. One white, or two whites, sorry, two beige. Purple, two beige. Three purple, so we need to catch the beige on the second one again. Three beige, so we need to catch the purple on the second one. Three purple, so we need to catch the beige on the second one. And then we just finish with three whites again, catching the purple on the second one. And that was our knit row. And as you can see, we have no long floats and no puckering. So this technique, you can just use it when you are knitting in the round. You come into a flow pretty quickly. And as I said, you can also do this using multiple colors. Then you just have to be careful which colors you have to catch and just do the same. You can put two other yarns over a stitch and knit as if you knit three together, but that pretty much is the basic idea. So when we turn this around, we will be at the purling side, and principally this just works the same way. So I have my popping color or my foreground color in the left in the same way as I knit continental, and the beige in the right hand. This, for the first stitch, always, I don't know, I never really managed to do this nicely. I'm not an English knitter, as I said. So we start again with just the simple first white stitch, because that is just the end of the row, and now we will start with the actual pattern. So the first one is another white or beige, purl as normally. Then we have three purple, so we just purl the first one normally. And now this is where it kind of gets annoying. We have to catch the float of this beige, because otherwise we would have a float that would be 3 stitches long, and we don't want to have that. I will just zoom in a bit. I hope you can see this nicely. So we will take the beige over to the other side, lay it over the stitch, and purl the purple, leaving the beige here, purl the third purple, and now we can move the beige back over. So this is, as I said, this is pretty much the same, just reverse. From the knit side, we just have to catch the purls, we just have to catch the floats so that they don't get any longer than 2 stitches. That is what has worked for me. Maybe you are able to have a float that's 3 stitches long, so you only have to catch it when you have a section where you don't use a color that is 4 stitches or longer. Try it out. I have not tried it out. I tried out increasing the distance of my floats because I was just too afraid to mess it up and think I would rather just do it this way. As I said, you get into a flow, then try out something different. Maybe sometime in the future I will do that. But for now, I will just continue knitting this pattern. So we have had 3 purple, 1 white, 1 purple. We need another purple here, another beige, and 3 purples again. So we will be catching the beige on the second purple. Just flip it over here, purl, leave the beige there so the float can be caught, moving the beige back. 2 whites or 2 beige. Three beige. Sorry, we need to catch the purple float on there. And then we can continue knitting. And I have to say the Plötulopi, which is this unspun yarn, is a lot more robust than I would have thought. I mean, it does break when you pull on it too hard, but it's not that easy to break it, so you don't have to be too afraid of this yarn. And you can actually also frog this yarn pretty easily. That works. So maybe this is also a good beginner colorwork knitting yarn. So I finished my purling section, and we can take a look at what we knit right now. So this is how it looks like. You can see there is no puckering at all. You have nice floats at the back, a nice dense fabric. Yes, this is it. I hope this maybe helps somebody out there. If it does, I would love to know that maybe this technique can help you knit some beautiful colorwork sweaters. I know it was very frustrating for me to start knitting colorwork until I found this technique, and now it's fun, or a lot more fun than before. Purling is not that nice to do, but I would, as I said, I would rather have a drop shoulder construction and go through purling this section than knit a round yoke sweater that I don't like the fit of. I will be talking in my next video more about this pattern and what this is. So I just wanted to cover how I knit my color work in this video to be a little bit of a basic help for anybody out there looking for a way to knit their color work. So I will stop rambling now. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you will be knitting some beautiful colorwork sweaters in the future or from now on, and I will hopefully see you soon.